Evald is tall, judge of people's fate, whether they live or don't. But in this case, Karlat was, as he said, stuck somewhere between living and dead, in some sort of lich-like state, but not fully a lich. How odd. I didn't even know that was possible. Regardless, I am pleased to be out of there. Too much combat for so little gain. I wasn't there for the Dark Lady. I was there out of curiosity and a little greed. By all laws I have seen, no law will allow one to be free from murder, especially of children, just because a demon tricked you. Karlat got what he deserved. Never let a demon entice you to power or wealth. It's always a trap, and anyone but a child knows this. Now as for where I find myself, it's in an old tower in a separate island in Charwood Forest. Something about ancient Netherese, but all I see are undead for me to destroy and loot to take. I don't mind the undead, even fighting them, simply because I'm also a cleric who can turn them. But it is hard to imagine that people would assume that plundering an ancient Netherese tomb would be something easy. They were a highly magical people, and the first thing I would assume would be that there would be a huge element of danger to anyone venturing in. Seems like I am the only one who was able to plunder this tomb since these people fell thousands of years ago. Once we're done here, it will be time to return to Port Last, and from there north to Luskan, where I continue my investigation into this cult that spread the wailing death plague in Neverwinter. Hopefully we will find the answers we need, and maybe I'm close to returning home, back to my city of Chondath and Erebar. I'm starting to miss home now. Yes, even I get homesick. With all the traveling that I've done. I do get homesick, yes. Besides, the people here are very strange. Where I'm going, where we're about to go, is not in my journal. Back to the haunted crypt, where all the undead are. Alright, well, we see a trap in that big chest.
Okay.
This one's locked. What are these portals all over this place?
It's done.
Gold. Finger of death. I've got my weapon here. Heirs of Osiris. Meant to kill undead. Alright. Disable this trap, Tommy. Come on. Either you do it or I'm not going to open the chest. You're going to get less gold. I'm not even going to pay you next time. Open the damn... disable the damn chest. I didn't say to hurt yourself trying to get it and myself as well. Told me unlock it. That's more like it.
It's done.
Well, the only thing we can do is bash it.
Weapon will not serve here.
You can't unlock it. Finally.
It's done.
Ooh, look at this enchanted quarterstaff. Can't identify it. Another chest. Well, I shouldn't complain. This is where the treasure part comes in. That fool outside that had the journal. He was able to translate the ancient language, but he wouldn't have survived coming in here. He couldn't even survive getting past that first pillar. But he gave me the means to survive, so maybe he's a complete fool, but he's a helpful fool. Nothing here. Alright then. Best potion there is, cure critical wounds. What's this? There's a sarcophagus up there. I have no idea what's gonna happen. Ooh, armor. Light armor, though. Well, if that's it, where do these go? I think I've explored the whole place. Not much here, but where do these portals go? Maybe some other part of the dungeon? Of the ruins? A portal glows softly before me. I wonder where it leads. I can't seem to use it. Well, I have no idea. Not gonna stick around trying to figure it out. Doesn't work, it doesn't work. There was another portal here, though. I think it's on the other side. Didn't we come down through those stairs? There's a portal here. Let's see where this goes. Return me right to where I was. The pillar's gone, though, but the portal just remains. Well, I guess that's it then. I was expecting something a lot more involving, dangerous, maybe a long dungeon. That wasn't very much. Well, we're done here. This is the south. Charwood has been dealt with. The village has been dealt with. I see no other reason to stick around here. Nurk.
Hail to ye!
Alright, I would like to see if you can identify these items. Benzo's Luck. I think I've seen that before. It's light armor, it's useless to me. Naga Staff. A number of these staffs were recently discovered, apparently meant to be the chief arms of a force being assembled by a beholder secreted away beneath the city of Athkatla. Why an eye tyrant would wish to attack the site of its enemies so specifically is not known, and petitions to the local government have gone unanswered, save for claiming it a matter for local churches to explain. Attack the site. It is odd. I have no use for this. But it has brought me more gold. Alright then. I guess we go north to Luskan. Being that there's nothing else here. Don't want to talk to that Belial. We dealt with the druids, Sharwin, search for the cult, that's where we're going. Ganon's journal. Tommy.
Eh? What can Tommy do for you?
I'd like you to level up. You'd be a little bit more useful for me with a little training. I'm always useful, seeing as I've gained a bit of skill, though. Let me sit down for a moment, then I can show you what I can do now. Looking a little bit more tough, are we? Better armor? Have you collected while we've been out? Maybe you'll be able to open up everything and when I ask you to. No, he's been pretty good with that.
Eh?
Tommy?
What can Tommy do for you?
Just want to talk. Any suggestions? The cult thing. Okay, that's enough information for now. Yeah. The cult. We don't need to deal with the cult. I guess we've got a bit of a trip. Let's get going north. Back to the gates of Luskan. What's this? This ain't personal, friend, but it's the end just the same. It's time old Dark Tongue got himself some glory. Let's finish it! Fine, let's finish it.
Whatever gods you worship.
Tommy, you're gonna guard me. My shadow didn't last very long, now did it? Okay, this is a tough group. Let's see, potions, bull strength. Barkskin.
Here comes Halfling Death!
Your end is nigh.
Tommy! Yeah, he's down, that stupid dwarf. Ah! That's what I get for trying to keep him alive. Okay, potion.
Your end draws nigh.
Ah! Ah!
There!
One left.
There!
Good job keeping yourself healed, Tommy.
There!
Their armor is very strong. Hard to break through it. Alright. Now that we've dispatched dwarven fools. Summon creature. Warhammer. Is that it? An unenchanted Warhammer. Alright, we're nearby Luskan. We're at the Green Griffin Inn. Supposed to be able to make my way inside there. Was there something... Spymaster Aaron Genn must be approached to see if he has found a way into the sealed city. I thought that they already told me to go up there. Well, we'll see. If there's no way in, then we have to return to see if he's found a way in, then. Bit of a waste of time. So this is the Gates of Luskan, is it?
Hello.
You sound a little bit friendly. So you're the one that Aaron wants to be let into the city, are you? You sure you know what you're doing? Why? What's going on in Luskan? Fighting, and lots of it. The High Captains are at war, and have been for weeks now. Luskan's just about torn apart. I'm sure you're full of questions, but I really can't chat. I promised Aaron a favor, and I'll do it. So, do you want inside or not? Yes, just open the gates. Oh, that's the way of it, is it? Good thing for you, Aaron is an old friend. A favor's a favor. Alright, the gates are open for you now. Just remember, I can't let you back out once you're in. Make sure you have everything you need, you hear? I'm pretty sure I have. Let's go in. Fighting indeed. Who are these? Some kind of rat. These were-rats. They just attack everybody, do they? Huh. I expect it to be this, chaotic. Who are you?
I greet you.
You greet me. Thank you for the assistance. Bloody creatures seem to be everywhere now. My advice is to stay off the streets like everyone else. Who are you? Me? The name's Gregor. I was hired by the brothel here to try and keep some of the worst elements roaming the city from making their way to our doorstep. Brothel. What brothel? Miss Bella's, of course, on the island here. Kurth and Baron both have an interest in keeping it open. But there are enough vandals and thieves about, regardless. What manner of creature were you fighting? Were-rats, lycanthropes, Barham's men. Seems like all his soldiers are infected now. Cursed men have just entered the city of enchanted weapons just to fight them. What do you mean, curse, Barham's? You really are a stranger then, if you don't know what I speak of. Most sane folk of Luskan stay indoors now, if they know what's good for them. Could I ask some questions? I suppose so. Do you know anything about cults in the city? Can't say that I do. The Arcane Brotherhood is quite thorough in ensuring there's no groups of great power other than themselves. What can you tell me about the Arcane Brotherhood? A group of wizards who hole up in the coast tower and control the city, or at least they used to. They aren't telling the High Captains anything now, as far as we can tell. Where is this host tower? It's on an island to the northwest by the mouth of the river. There's one bridge across, but nobody can cross it without the Brotherhood's leave. Magical wards and all that, I suppose. That can make it difficult. You don't think they rule the city anymore? Hard to believe that anyone rules the city anymore. The wizards don't come out. They could be dead for all we know, and the High Captains have all gone mad. Tell me about these High Captains. There were 5 of them, before all Pirate Lords set up to rule the city together at the pleasure of the Arcane Brotherhood. Now it seems they're going to fight until there's only one left standing, or Luskan is in ruins, maybe. Just 2 are left now, as far as anyone can tell. High Captain Barham and High Captain Kurth. This seems important. Tell me about Barham. Barham is a sneaky one. I didn't think he'd make it this long, especially after Kurth torched his base down in the slums. Nobody knows where he is now. His were-rats are everywhere, though, and everyone says he has more monsters and even demons under his control. Not really sure I like this were-rat thing. Tell me about Kurth. He was the most powerful High Captain before. No surprise he still lives. Barham still managed to burn his tower, though. People say he's gone and walled himself up in the West Harbor District, and no one can get in or out of there. Don't know if that's true, though. What is true is that his men, the Bloody Hands, are vicious killers. They see you on the streets. They'll think you're with Barham. Avoid them. Bloody Hands, huh? Let me ask you about something else. Can I ask some for directions? Aye, where do you need to go? Where's the nearest inn? The Cutlass Inn still operates, I think. It's to the left of the main gate, just south of here. More directions. How about the nearest temple? I had heard the Temple of Tyr was sacked, but that may not be true. Go to the far west where the merchants are. The temple's there. I could care less if it's been sacked or not. More directions. Is there a place to buy equipment nearby? Aye, there be a few merchants off in the west part of the district. They be poorly equipped, though, and till the Mirabar district is opened up, they'll stay that way. What's the Mirabar district? It's the trade district on the other side of the river. The pirates have blockaded it right now. The river entry is closed, so you can't even get there. Trade district. The High Captains burnt a lot of the warehouses down there until the pirates got mad and closed it off. Like I said, though, there's no way to go there until all this madness ends. So, more about directions. Just give me an overview of the area. Well, let's see. You have Miss Bella's here on the island. To the north is the slums. There are still some merchants to the west. Much of the remainder of the city is closed off. Most of the streets are dangerous, so be careful. Alright. You've actually been helpful. Goodbye. On your way, then. Almost seems as bad as Neverwinter during the height of the Wailing Death. At least I wasn't, other than the main area around Castle Neverwinter. It was dangerous. Escaped prisoners, zombies. But not all the districts were like that. You still have dead piling up here, even though they're not infected. Giant Spain. Gold. Well, I guess we're back to plundering everything we come by. What's this? The Cutlass. It's an inn. Plenty of gold just waiting to be picked up. Well, I guess we could rest. I don't have any summon creature. Not at my side anymore. Where does this go? Prison?
No can do.
It's a locked portcullis. Alright, well, let's go in here. The smartest thing to do is always start with the ends as an adventurer. It's like there's children running around. Is there refugees? Many children as there are adults here. Never seen such a thing in an inn before. Hello?
Hey, what?
I won't ask you how you got into Luskan, brother, but a holy man is always welcome to the Cutlass Inn. The gods know I've seen little enough business since the High Captain sealed the gates and docks. I can use all the divine favor I can get. The fighting mostly bypasses my inn, so it's fairly safe if you wish to stay here. Supplies have been scarce, but I'll serve you best I can. Who are you? The name's Arf Thunderfist, if you must know. I be the proprietor of this inn, although it's not much to look at with things the way they are. Normally we'd be bustling with all the sailor folk and other travelers that would come through the city. At the moment, all I've got are locals who are taking refuge from the fighting. I've got a few meager rooms available still, and some watered-down ale, but not much besides. That's more than most have, however. I guess in tough times, that's better than nothing. How much are your rooms? Sorry, I'd like to accommodate you, but the inn is packed to the rafters with refugees as it is. Then could I ask you a few questions? I suppose there's no harm in it. What would you like to know? Just what is going on in Luskan, anyway. Well, that's a big question, isn't it? The High Captains have been fighting for weeks now, each trying to kill the other. They've gone completely crazy, I've heard, each trying to take power in the city for himself. Half the city's been burnt down between all the fighting. The pirates in Mirabar have completely blockaded the area. Word is that the High Captain's got sorcerers summoning monsters to fight for them. It's been complete chaos. Is there any correlation between the plague and Neverwinter and the fighting here? Now that you mention it, word about the plague arrived here right after the fighting started. That's the excuse the High Captains used to seal off the city. They also started drafting every able-bodied pirate and smuggler that was stuck in the ports into their forces. The amount of men that they have died here so far probably puts the plague to shame, I bet. From what I've seen, the streets seem empty except for the dead and maybe some were-rats. Do you know what started all this? Nobody does. The High Captains have always been at each other's throats, but they've never resorted to pitched battles in the streets and creating monsters. Maybe the Arcane Brotherhood wants there to be only one High Captain. Not sure. Everyone knows the Brotherhood is the real power here, but they haven't done a thing about all the fighting. Tell me about this Arcane Brotherhood. Oh, aye. Sorcerers they are. They live in the host tower on their island just off the coast. Powerful, mysterious bunch. Everyone knows they're the real reason Luskan has the power it does. Nobody knows much more about them, though. They don't let anyone on their island, and word has it they only speak to the High Captains. Why they're letting all this fighting go on is anyone's guess. It's not like we can ask them to put a stop to it. How do you get into the host tower, then? You don't get into the host tower, that's just it. There's a bridge to their island up in the northwest part of the district, but you won't get across it unless the Brotherhood wants you to. I suppose the High Captains would know more about it. They're the only ones who might even want to go out there, believe me. Why doesn't someone put a stop to this? Like who? Luskan ain't part of the Lord's Alliance. The Lords are probably praying that the whole city goes up in flames. The High Captains each have hordes of soldiers under their command. Nobody can stand up to them, except maybe the Arcane Brotherhood, but they've done nothing. Tell me about the High Captains. There used to be 5 of them. Since the fighting started, 3 of them have died or gone missing. I suppose no one really knows. There's only 2 of them left, Barum and Kurth. The 2 of them have gone mad, I've heard, doing everything they can to kill each other. Tell me about Barum. High Captain Barum is the slippery one. I'm not surprised he survived. He used to have his base down in the slums, but that was burnt down long ago. Some people say he's retreated down to the sewers with the rats. Don't know how much stock I put in that, though. Tell me about Kurth. He's the most powerful of the High Captains, or he was, I suppose. His tower was near here to the west, but that was destroyed last week. I'm told he's taken his bloody hands and barricaded himself in West Harbor. The district's all closed off, so I'm not even sure how one would get in there now if you care to. Have you heard any rumors? Some people say High Captain Barham's gone and allied with a pack of necromancers, that he summoned all the undead in the streets. Oh, we have undead in the streets, too. Some say High Captain Kurth is working with the Brotherhood to raise an army to take over the north. Others say Luskan has the same plague as Neverwinter does, but here it's driven everyone mad. I say that's just crazy talk, though. You see what I mean, though? You can't listen to that nonsense. Truth is, no one knows what's going on. Goodbye. Oh, wait, maybe I could ask you something else. I suppose there's no harm in it. What would you like to know? What have you heard about any cults in the city? There could be all sorts of religious cults here in Luskan, friend, and no one would bat an eye about it. If it makes you feel better, I haven't heard anything about cults. Necromancers, perhaps, but no cults. What is this about necromancers? Oh, nothing really. Some say the High Captain Barham has aligned himself with a group of necromancers, hence the undead in his forces. Not sure that the Arcane Brotherhood would stand for that, though. Of course, for all I know, they may be necromancers themselves. Can you think of anyone who might know more? About cults? Maybe the priest at the Temple of Tempest, if they're still alive. Otherwise, I can't think of one. Let me ask you another question. I suppose there's no harm in it. Is there anywhere I can find work here? Hardly anyone is working. The city has more or less ground to a halt, for all the fighting. If you're the adventurous sort, though, I suppose there'd be people who'd want things done still. Maybe talk to Mistress Londa, or Ellenwyn. They're both folks here at the inn who are desperate to find loved ones. Maybe they'll hire you. I don't know. How much are your rooms? Sorry, they're all packed up. Alright. Goodbye. Aye, be wary if you head outside. I don't see, I see people sleeping on the floor. I see families. Where is Aaron Gend? Lady Arabeth is supposed to be here as well. She's not. The Temple of Tyr, that's where I wrote it down. Well, that seems pretty plain enough where we need to go. But maybe I can find work here. Or loot. Hey, there's a chest here. Wine. You know what? I'm thirsty. That was a big belch. It really seemed to be that packed to me. If everyone's outside of their rooms, which is good, though, because I get things like this. This looks like a nice ring. I can't identify it, though. Alright, Tommy. Well, we need to find a place to rest. I guess we're looking at the Temple of Tyr. Who are you?
I beg you to leave me be. I have nothing to say and nothing left to steal, I assure you.
Nothing left to steal. Who are you? I am, or rather I was, the Countess Londa Whitesnow. That means nothing anymore. Now I am merely Londa. Poor little rich noble lost all her gold. You know nothing of me, and obviously you would not understand if you did. Indeed, I have no gold for myself or anyone else any longer. Now be gone, leave me to my misery. Hey.
I beg you to leave me be. I have nothing to say and
Yes,
nothing
yes,
left
yes. You're the mistress, whatever you said. Londa now. What happened? I see you intend to be persistent. Very well. You wish to know what is wrong? I should tell you. Though my story is not a unique one here. You lost everything. That evil man, High Captain Barham, invaded our home with his soldiers. He desired all our wealth, to pay for his army, and his war, no doubt. My husband objected, naturally, without even a thought. Barham, he cut my husband down, murdered him. I still remember his laughter as he took my children, all 9 of them, and turned me out of my home. Once he was done with it, he burned it to the ground. Now my husband is dead, and that fiend holds my children. I know nothing of their fate, and have nothing left and nowhere to turn. That is my tale, sir. At least you're still alive. Forgive me, but that fact currently pales compared to all I have lost. Please, leave me to my misery. Ugh. Well, Londa, a world-weary woman staying at Luskan's Cutlass Inn, has lost all 9 of her children to Barum, one of the city's vicious high captains, the one with the were-rats. She is hesitant to think of what cruelty they have suffered at his hands, and long only to hear news of them and have them return to her safely to her side. I don't know if there's gold in it, I'll do it, but I am not really fond of were creatures, especially filthy things like were-rats. That man, that elf, speak to him.
Hello there.
Who are you? Who? Oh, I guess my name is Elenwyn. Why do you want to know? Who are you? I am called Evaldus. Ah, now we know each other then. Please pardon my mood, this is not a good day. What's so terrible about today? My sister, my dear Yvain, is being held by Captain Kurth, the most powerful of the High Captains fighting for control of the city. I have paid him a fortune in ransom, begged him, even to release her, but he refuses. There is no authority for me to turn to. Kurth does as he pleases. I fear I shall never see her alive again. Why is Kurth holding her captive? Yvain she's a beautiful woman. When his men raided our home and took most of my wealth, she caught his eye and he took her, too. I dare not imagine what he's done to her. What would be the reward if I rescue her? Kurth and his men took most of my wealth for their own use, but I still have some of it. I would gladly give all I own for Yvain's safe return, all of it. Where's she being held, do you know? Kurth once had a tower not far from here, but it was burnt down in the recent fighting. My Yvain could be dead, and if not, she's wherever Kurth has moved to. Some say his bloody hands have taken over the West Harbor district, walled it off from the rest of the city. If so, I have no clue how anyone might reach her. My sister has some skill with magic. I would have hoped it would allow her to escape Kurth on her own, but that doesn't appear to be the case. I guess I could rescue her for you. You do seem like one who knows his way with a sword. Flail. I do not wish to endanger Yvain further, but, if there's a chance for her rescue. I've been told that near Kurth's ruined tower there is a gap in the wall which may lead into West Harbor. I have been too frightened to try it, myself, but perhaps you could attempt it. Here, I'm giving you a ring that belongs to Yvain. If you find her, she will likely be so frightened, this will let her know that I've sent you. Perhaps it will help. Find Yvain, please, I beg you. Find her, or tell me what has become of her. I would die if I did not know. You must really like your sister. Alright, but don't you think some coin up front might be suitable for my trouble? Yes, I suppose. I do not have much. Here's 100 gold pieces. Please, take it and save Yvain. Go quickly. I go at my own pace. $56 gold. Summon creature. I could use that. It's actually a more powerful summon creature version than I have. Summon. Well, we have a few things to do. I didn't get a chance to rest. I have to find this Temple to Tyr. I guess that means to explore and fight whatever we come across. Both High Captains have forces out in the street. One has were-rats, the other one has undead. Oh. At least there's a bit of variety this time instead of all the same thing. One has undead, I'll be keeping my mace. Or sorry, my flail versus the Heir of Osiris that works wonders against undead. It's kind of reminded me of being in Neverwinter. Ethereal Visage. It still doesn't lead us anywhere. The cult. It's thought that the host tower is behind it. The Arcane Brotherhood. Since I cannot even get there. Is this part of the inn?
No can do.
I think it is part of the inn. Alright, well that section's been... Oh. We seem to have passed by a home on the edge here. What's this? Hello?
Welcome to my home. Is there something I can do for you?
Could I ask you some questions? You came in my home to question me? Alright, go ahead. Who are you? I am the Lady Jadale. My husband is out of the city right now. However, is there something I can do for you? Have you heard of anything about cults in the city? Well, a good lady friend of mine wanted to start a cult too soon once. Does that count? What can you tell me what's going on in Luskan? I really don't know. It's all such a big mess. My husband had to go out of town on business when it started. I'm sure he'll explain it to me when he comes back. You really have no idea what's going on. I'm gonna ask you for directions. I really don't know my way around the city. My coachman would know, but he was killed days ago, alas. Goodbye. Yes, on your way then. How could you be so clueless about where you live? Seems much larger on the inside than the outside. Alright. I know this Lady Jadeo lives here. I don't know if that's going to help me at all. But we could always come back if we need to speak to her. Well, let's look on the other side of this bridge here. And then maybe we'll cross the bridge. Signs of fighting. And bodies all over the place. Bodies full of arrows. Like the ones I just looked at inside that crate. Oh, there's a house here. Never know what you're gonna find. Seems like a lot of people live here. 4 beds. Don't mind if I help myself to what they have. Strange to put a trap like that right there. Anyways, let's see what's upstairs. Maybe we can rest here. The stairs are broken. Well, we need to rest, so... Well, surprisingly, I felt the peace here. I don't have the same feeling as I did in Neverwinter. The urgency. Here it's more interesting and less a feeling that the whole city's gonna come crashing down. I have to find this cult. The host tower seems to know something about it. Maybe they've even used the host tower. Or maybe the host tower started them. I don't know. But I'm used to seeing death, and I'm not afraid of it. The Wink and Tickle. Is that the brothel? I could use a brothel, but right now it's locked. This crate is locked. Tell me where'd you go? $37 gold. Alright. What's in the Wink and Tickle? Welcome to my little home. Have a drink. 2 different size. Are these the 2 different warring captains? Their forces? Well, maybe this woman will know.
Why, hello there, darling. Come for a bit of fun, have you?
I have. Who are you? My name is Bella, darling. I keep my boys and girls safe and the customers happy. If you are ever unhappy, you come see me. I'll change your mind, you'll see. Now you have me at a disadvantage, however. Might I know your name? My name is Valdis. You're not from here, Valdis, are you? I like that in a man. I may have to snap you up myself. But that's neither here nor there. Is there something that Bella can do for you? We have satin, we have wine, we have pickles, anything you like. Pickles? What's with that? It's for the gnomes. They like their pickles sour and their women tall. Don't ask me why. I don't think I want to know. So, this is the brothel, I take it. This is a place of pleasure, dear man. There are men and women who can take your mind away from the terrible world outside, for a time. How do I go about seeing one of them? Haha! You would have to speak to one of them yourself, my dear man. If they have the time and they like you, well, then the two of you can take things from there. All of my girls and boys spend their time upstairs. You can go up there, if you like. If you stay down here, well, do be careful around some of these men. So who are these men? Most of these brutes are soldiers from either High Captain Kurth or High Captain Barham. They take after their commanders as well, for they fight continuously. I declare it is all I can do to keep them distracted enough not to tear each other apart and destroy my good home. It'll be far, far better for us when all those high captains get it all over with and kill each other once and for all. But perhaps I shouldn't talk so. What do you think of them, darling? I think I agree with you. Now, there's a smart boy. I knew you were gold the minute I laid eyes on you. Yes, I did. You know, since you feel the way you do, you might want to go upstairs and talk to Rain. She's one of my girls upstairs. Shh, don't ask why, sweetie. Just trust me. Let's talk about something else. You go right ahead, darling. I'm all ears. Tell me about what's going on with Luskan. That is a mighty big question, darling. The simple answer is that the High Captains one day decided to see which of them would be the one and only High Captain and begin to kill each other and the city. Boys will be boys, I suppose. I'm willing to bet that you want to know more than that, though. Tell me more about these High Captains. Well, let's see. There used to be 5 of them, naturally. Most of them have died off or run off. Who can really tell anymore? Only Kurth and Barham are left. 2 of the nastiest fellows you never want to come across. It'll be far, far better for one of us when they just kill each other for once and for all. Let's talk about these. How could you run this place with all the fighting going on? It's not like I have much of a choice, darling. The High Captains all want a place that keeps their men happy, so they make sure that we don't close down. And besides, a very happy soldier is a much, much better thing than a very unhappy soldier. Take my meaning, sugar. We still have to give most of our gold to each of the High Captains to keep the peace, but it's better living than most these days. Goodbye. Fare you well, darling. Wouldn't mind seeing this Rain. It's been a while. She said it's upstairs.
Okay, dokie.
Yeah, I don't know about going into every one of these doors, but...
It's done.
Oh, maybe it was a good idea. Chess. Better sounds in here than there was out in the city.
Okay, dokie.
Just one more door after this. No one's using these beds. It's a trap chest here. What's going on? Come on, disable that.
It's done.
Now do 6 gold. And the last door down here. Locked, of course. Tommy, come on. Stupid shadow's making too much noise. Ooh, guard dog. Yeah, let's stay out. Tommy. Ooh, maybe this is why. Lever of stone. This object appears to be some manner of lever or handle, oddly sculpted and made of a bluish marble material. And a silver necklace. I don't know what to do with that lever. Let's go upstairs and meet this rain. Oh, there's a lot of people up here. I guess this is where the action's to be had, though. Oh, they all seem to be quite busy. Some things to loot here. Who's this little halfling?
I'm asking myself, is this lad here for a conversation? Or does he have some gnome fetish that I dare not even ask about? I'm hoping for the former, but being a quality gnome like myself, anything is possible.
Who are you? Herb Jansen's the name of the Culver Jansens originally, but then that branch of the family are really exiles from the Thunder Mountain Jansen clan, so perhaps I shouldn't be bragging about it. Still, it's quite a tale how my family made its terrible trek all the way to Culver. Nary a turnip to be found on that trip, let me tell you. Even more remarkable is how I ended up in this job, considering my former career as a chess connoisseur. Well, what is a chess connoisseur? Ah yes, those were the days, weren't they? The making of proper chess was once a noble profession. They were pieces of art, I tell you, and not these flimsy things that they make today that any two-bit human thief with half a mind could pick. Not that I'm insinuating anything. As a young little gnome in Culver, all I thought about were fine chests and the living I would make off of them. Alas, it was not meant to be. Pleasuring women is all I'm about now. That's actually not a bad job. I've never heard of this place called Culver. Well, of course not. Since the great turnip famine of 45, there hasn't been a Culver. I see everyone died then. Of course not. What a grisly story that would make. Everybody was quite hungry, though, and certainly thought they would die. Going too long without a proper turnip is agony enough. No, it was the much-maligned Uncle Pinto who sold the rights to some human for a sack of turnips in one of his craving fits. They went and renamed it to Waterdeep or some nonsense last I heard. Oh, that's just nonsense. I seriously doubt that's true. Well, some gold may have been involved, but all Uncle Pinto ever talked about was the turnips. Considering the bumper crop we had next year, he took a lot of flack for that trade. Pity. Now then, was there something you needed? I'm looking for work, if you know any. Well now, call me a halfling, but I actually have a job you could do for me. A little errand that is might dangerous to perform with the streets the way they are. Tell me about this job. How shall I explain this? Well, one of my clients, a handsome noble woman by the name of Lady Jadale, has something that belongs to me. Technically, I suppose it belongs to her since I gave it to her, but I want it back. It's a ring. A little favor that I bestowed upon her that my name inscribed. Just get it away from her and back in my hands and I'll be a happy little gnome. At least I know where she is. Why do you need the ring? Well, you see, the gift was a bit of impetuousness on my part. Lady Jadale's husband is a rather powerful man. In fact, I forgot at the height of passion. When Lord Jadale returns, I don't need his wife sporting my ring. He's rather renowned for his temper, and I'm rather fond of my legs, short though they may be. The Lady Jadale is, shall we say, rather oblivious to the fact that her husband might not be too fond of me when he discovers the ring. She has less sense than an elf in a shoe store, I tell you. She really was stupid. So, are you interested in the job? Whoever brings the ring to me will be well rewarded, I assure you. Can't you just buy it from her? Ha! The lady was overjoyed when I gave her the present, and quite angry when I asked for it back. She says she's quite fond of the ring, fonder than she is of me at present. That's why I need someone else to get the ring. Right now, she won't even speak to me. I'll do it. Excellent! You find Lady Jadale's home not far from here. Go back towards City Gate. Yeah, I know exactly where she lives. Do be kind to her, though, if you can. I don't wish any harm on the doughty woman. Just don't want any harm to come my way. Do come back to me once you've found that ring, sir. I'll be looking forward to it. Where's this rain? Got to find her. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.